There's this restaurant downtown Seattle that my wife and I like to go to for a special occasion. If that happens, and I'll ask her, hey, where do you want to go? And it's usually the same place. And it's not super fancy. Like, it's not ultra expensive and, tuxedo or jacket required, but it's not McDonald's either. So it's a place where you know how much you're going to spend, but it's worth it. The food's great, the experience is great, the aesthetic is great, and we really like to go there. Well, once I went there, and it was rainy outside, really rainy, and for some reason I didn't have the proper rain attire. The coat I had was just sopping wet. And I came into the door, and they were about to seat us, and they said, "Sir, can I take your coat?" "Yeah, oh, of course, that's great." So I hand it over, and we go about our business. It's probably a 2 or 3 hour dinner, having a great time. And at the end, we're going to leave, and I need to pay, but my wallet was in the jacket. So I go back to the coat check and say, "Hey, can I have my coat?" And we'd been there long enough that the shift had changed. And so the person that I gave my coat to was not the person looking for it. And she came back, she said, "I'm so sorry, what was your number again? We can't find your coat." And you know that feeling when you lose your phone or your wallet or your keys, and let's admit, these are first world problems. But when you're attached to something and you don't have it, that panic set in. I just felt, oh no, my wallet. You're like, you just go to the worst case scenarios. I'm gonna have to cancel my license and all my credit cards. It was a really interesting illustration to process later. By the way, I did get my coat back. It had fallen off the hanger, it was on the floor or something. Here's why it's relevant. Sometimes we want the coat back that we shouldn't be wearing. And my question to you is, what is the coat that you're wearing that you need to take off and give to Jesus, who is running the coat check? Take your coat off and put it on his hook. Exchange your coat of shame. Maybe it's a coat of expectations that you put on yourself, or that you're wearing expectations of others on you about who you are or what you're supposed to do or the opinion you're supposed to have. Maybe it's a coat of false reward or a narrative you keep telling yourself, and this is related to expectations, that if I do this, then I'm going to get this. Or maybe it's a coat of timelines and pressure of time, and I'm out of time, or I have too much time, or it's a coat of comparison. I'm not as good as that person. I'll never amount to that. Here's my encouragement. Take off that coat and you hand it to the coat check and put on the new coat. Put on the coat of many colors that leads you into your destiny. Put on a holy garment of light. Wrap yourself in light. Dress up in holy armor, the armor of Christ. What coat are you wearing today that you should exchange?